So this is the first page that we're going to work on today, and this is the cover page. And on the cover page it says God created the world, because that's the name of our book. And then on this line where it says by, you are going to write your name. Now when I make a book with my boys, we always talk about what this means. Now sometimes when we make books together, they tell me the words to write for them, because they're young. They can't really write the words that they want to write yet. So either they will write the words and then tell me what those words mean, and I write that meaning beside their writing, or they will just tell me what they want me to write and I will write that down. And we talk about what that means when they write the story. And when they write the story, that means that they are the author. So we always talk about that. And we also talk about the pictures in a book, and we talk about the person that creates the pictures. If they're painting the pictures or drawing the pictures or taking pictures, we say that person is the illustrator. Now in this book, the words are already provided for you, so you're not going to really be the author of the book, but you are going to be the illustrator of the book. So in this book, this is going to mean it's by you. You are the illustrator of this book. So you need to write your name on that line. And then we're going to start creating the picture to go on our cover page. Now it says God created the world. So let's put, I've cut out a construction paper blue circle that's going to be part of our world. And what part is that? Do you think that blue circle is the water, or do you think that will represent land? If we are looking at a globe, then that blue represents water. So I put some glue on the back of my circle. Kind of a circle. It's kind of an oval looking circle, and that's okay. And then, just because I think it looks really cool, I just tore some green construction paper pieces, and I'm just going to glue these pieces on. I think that tearing the paper just makes it look kind of cool and kind of different. So I just tore those pieces, and it's fun to tear things, so don't always get a chance to tear paper or tear anything too often. So that gives us an opportunity to do something we might not get to do very often. So I'm going to glue my pieces of green. So if the blue is water, what is that green? That green is land. You are correct. Okay, so God created the world. You've got your name below. And there's our first piece. So I'm going to set that aside and let that dry a bit. Now we're on to day 1. And it says that day 1, God created light, day and night. So, to represent this, what I have, I've used 2 pieces of construction paper. I've got a piece of yellow and a piece of black. And what do you think that those represent? One is daytime and one is nighttime, and you can put that together however you want to. I think I like it like that. You don't have to use construction paper if you don't want to. You could definitely use crayons or markers just to color that in. You could use paint. Just whatever you choose. But I thought we'll just use some construction paper to show my illustration of day and night. glue stick to glue that on. God created light, day and night. That one was a really simple one, wasn't it? All right, let's move on to the next page. Day 2. God created the sky. Now, I've already used some construction paper, so I really didn't want to use construction paper for this. I wanted to use something different here. So what I'm going to do, I decided that I wanted to use paint to paint the sky. So I'm going to use my blue watercolors. Now again, I like to use watercolors when I'm making a book that I want to put together that day, or as soon as I make it, simply because watercolors dry quickly, and water goes a long way when you're working with watercolors. So just go through there and paint your sky. And I'm painting a piece of paper to demonstrate how I did my sky. Now, I've already got a page that I painted my sky on earlier, and I went ahead and painted that earlier so I would know for sure it would be dry when I put it together in a few minutes. But I wanted to demonstrate to you all how I painted my sky, but you can do that however you want to. There's my sky. Now the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to show you, I'm going to let this one dry. We'll use this one on another book later. But this is the page that I painted earlier. It's all nice and dry. But I wanted to show you something else that I'm going to add to this page. That is so much fun. I wanted to add some clouds to my sky. So I found a whole bunch of fuzzy, cottony stuff, and we're going to glue it down to parts of the sky. So what I'm going to do is just, if you have cotton balls, you could also use cotton balls. I didn't have any cotton balls. So I'm going to take some of this, just pinch it off, roll it around. I'm going to make several little clouds. On here. I think I might make one more. Because that is just so much fun. And you need a few little clouds in your sky. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on my paper. This is going to be actually a little bit heavier than what I would normally use, because I am gluing down these pieces of cottony fluff. So if you have, I don't happen to have any in my office today, if you happen to have bottle glue, you might want to use that if you choose to glue down cotton balls, or if you choose to glue down the cotton like I have, the stuffing, filler stuffing that I have. You could use bottle glue if you have it. I would prefer bottle glue, but I don't have any. So I'm using thicker stick glue. Just making it a little bit thicker down there on the paper so it will hold on my pieces of cotton for me a lot better. Also, I don't have any here with me in my office, but I love to keep with me glue dots, and I don't have any here, but I've got some at home. If you have glue dots, those are the greatest things ever. They hold on things like cotton balls, googly eyes. They hold them on really well, and they're instantly dry once you put them on, so you don't have to wait for things to dry like you do with bottle glue. You can find them at Walmart. They're great. I wish I had some, but I don't have any with me, but I think this will work. But you could definitely use glue dots. So here we have completed day 2. God created the sky. Let's put that over here to dry a little bit. And the next page, I have quite a few pieces to share with you about this page. So this one has quite a few things. And we're going to talk about what each of them are before we put them together. So day 3, God creates land and plants. So we're going to show that God created land and plants on this page. So what I just want to show the separation between land and water. So I have some scrapbook paper that I cut out. This is going to represent water. This is a dark blue print, which is kind of fun and different. And again, you can use anything you want to. You could even paint that if you wanted to. But I wanted to show the difference between water and the separation between the water and the land. And this is land. Now, to make my land, let me show you what I used. A paper bag. Just a plain paper bag. But you could use brown construction paper. You can use crayons. You could use markers. You can use whatever you want to. But I cut out a brown paper bag. And I wrinkled it up just to make it look textured, more like land. And I pulled it back out. And this is going to be my land. So let's glue these pieces down, because we have some other things to add to this particular page. Okay, so this goes down first, and again, showing our separation. Press it down really well. Make sure that that fits right on top of it. And then I'm going to glue down this land. How fun is that? I love working with different materials. They're just so much fun. And they make your book look really interesting when you're finished with it, to have a variety of materials on your pages. So there we have land. It's wrinkled up a little. Okay. I'm gonna have a little bit of glue on my finger. There we go. Now it says God created land, and what else does that word say? What's that word say? Plants. So I have a bunch of plants, and I have a few different options here. I have some stickers of plants, and then I Googled trees and flowers and different plants. I have a great big picture of a tree. I really like this picture of this cactus that shows good variety of plants, and I really liked this. How neat is that? But these pictures are a little large, so I'm going to put them up, and they make a larger version of this book soon. But today, I've chosen these pictures. I've got a really pretty little palm tree that I'm going to put on, put in my book. So I'm going to flip it over and glue that down. And I also wanted to put a picture of a different kind of tree. So I found a picture of a fruit tree. And I'm going to put that in here. So I'm going to glue my picture. And then glue this one down. And then I have a picture of some flowers. I'm going to put that down here on my land. Because how pretty is that? I also have some really pretty flower stickers, and I think I'm going to choose a sticker or two and also put on my land. So you can again use any type of variety you want to. You can use real pictures like I've done. You can use stickers like we have here. You can draw your plants and your flowers. You can do anything you'd like to there. You could even get really creative and go outside in your yard and take pictures with your camera and then print them off, cut them out, and put them in your book. And then that would show pictures from your yard. How neat would that be? So there's day 3. God created land and plants. So let's set that over there and go on to our next page. Day 4. God created the sun, moon, and stars. So, for this page, I've got a piece of black construction paper. I have some foil and some yellow construction paper. And I also have some star stickers. And let's put this page together and talk about what all we could do. So I'm going to cut black construction paper down just a little bit because it's a little big. So I'm going to cut it down to fit my page. See if that fits. Nope, I need to cut it just a little bit more. Maybe. Nope, it fits. Good. And I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. Now, what do you think this side is going to represent, where the black construction paper is? That is going to represent where I put, what do you think, the sun or the moon and stars? If you said the moon and stars, good for you. Because I'm going to put the moon and stars on this side because this side's going to represent nighttime. Nighttime is when we see the moon and stars. I've already done it, but I'm going to tell you about how I'm going to cut this out of aluminum foil. What I did, I made a circle out of foil with my scissors. I just cut a circle out. And then from my circle, I cut out a little moon. Oh, it's a little bit big, but that's okay because it's foil and I can kind of smash it down. And that makes it look even cooler. Shiny moon. So I'm going to take my glue. Glue that down. Now I have made this several different ways before. After you've got your moon, we're going to add our stars. Now today I'm using some star stickers because I have some. But I have made the stars out of the foil before. So you could do that. I have put dots of glue and then covered it with glitter for stars before. So you could definitely use glitter. So you can do that however you want to. You could also use glitter glue. That is up to you. You can be as creative as you want to with your stars. because it's your book and you can just make it your own by doing it however you choose and using materials that you have around your house, because you may have a lot of different materials that I don't have here with me, and that's perfectly fine. You can make it however you want to. So there's my moon and stars, and on this side I'm going to put the sun. Now, I've already cut out the circle, and that's going to be my sun. And before I glue my circle down, I've also cut out some rays, some sun rays, and I'm going to glue those down first, but you can glue those down later. You can glue them down however you want to. Also, you don't have to use construction paper. You could color it. You could paint a sunshine on there. You can use stickers. You could make it out of yarn. That would be cool. That would be really cool to make your sun out of yarn. I will have to do that sometime when I make this book with boys and girls. And I've made this book quite a few times with different groups of kiddos. It's one of my most favorite books to make because it's just so much fun to make, and it tells an awesome story of how God created the world. And I love for boys and girls to share this book with their friends and family. So let's glue on our sun. So day 4, God created the sun, moon, and stars. All right, so let's put that one out of the way. Let it dry. And the next page, I have all kinds of fun things to go with this page. Day 5, God created creatures of the sea and the sky. So this is another page that I chose to paint for the sky. So I've already painted it again so it would be dry, and I wouldn't have to worry about waiting for it to dry. So I used my watercolors just the way I did before and painted the sky, and I used my scrappy paper just like I did before. I cut out my sea, my ocean, and I'm going to glue that down. But again, you can do whatever you want to do. You can use decorative papers like I did with this. Paint it. Use construction paper. Whatever you want to do there to create your ocean, your sea. Be as creative as you'd like to be. You could even use, if you want to just paint that page, you could use 2 different colors of paint. You could use a lighter color for your sky. You could use a darker color for the ocean. Whatever you like to do. So day 5, God created the creatures of the sea and sky. So let's look at the sea first. Now I found this little guy, and that I loved. I love this little octopus sticker or foam piece. So I had to add him to the book when I saw him. I thought he has got to go in the book. So he doesn't have a sticky back, so I'm going to add glue on his back. Now again, I don't have any glue dots with me, and I don't have any bottle glue, but if I did, I would use either of those instead of stick glue. But I'm going to make my stick glue just a little bit thicker so it'll hold him on better. But he is so cool. He has got to be in this book. There we go. I'm going to press him down really good. Okay, look at that. That is awesome. But I have some other sea creatures to add to our sea. And I have some stickers to add. So I have, let's add the seahorse, and I have an eel. Let's see. Let's add a stingray. We have a whale. It's a shark. Looks like a seal. A hermit crab, a clownfish. So you can add anything you want to. You could draw them. If you want to draw your sea creatures, draw your sea creatures. Whatever you'd like to do. I'm also going to put a shark in here because my 2-year-old, he's obsessed with Baby Shark song. He sings it all the time. So we're going to put that in there for him. Okay. So now we have the creatures of the sea. Let's put a few creatures of the sky. So we have some birds, creatures of the sky. Now I also have some bird stickers that I'm going to add. And these are not birds that are flying. They're actually birds who are perched on tree branches, but that's okay because we know what they represent. Creatures of the sky. You can add your birds any way you'd like to. Paint them, draw them, add stickers, just whatever makes you happy. Okay. So God created creatures of the sea and sky. Day 5. Let's lay that aside. Go on to our next page. God, day 6, God created people and animals. So we're going to have people and animals on this page. Now, you can do this several different ways. You can use pictures of your family if you'd like to, and I was going to do that. I have a picture of a family picture with my boys and me and my husband. The picture was kind of big, so it won't really fit on this size page. So I'm not going to use that one for this book. I found instead a picture I love of kids, and I'm going to include that on this page because it fits perfect. I'm going to just move it over here to the side, and I'm going to glue it down. But you can choose anything you want to. You can definitely use pictures of your family, pictures of your friends. Again, you could go take pictures with a camera, print them out, and add them to your book. That makes it even more personal to you. But you could draw them as well. Whatever you would like to do. So I'm going to glue that on. And then I have pictures, I have animal stickers, and I'm going to include some of these animal stickers on my page to represent the animals that God created on the 6th day. So I love these animal pictures. They're really colorful. You could use any kind of animal pictures you wanted to. You could use pictures of your pets, pictures of your favorite animals. You can use drawings. whatever you'd like to do. So day 6, God created people and animals. And I'm going to lay that one aside and let it dry. So I've got some glue on there. So let that one dry. And this is our very last page. Day 7, God rested. Now when you think about this page, I want you to think about resting. How do you feel when you rest? How do you like to rest? You could draw a picture of things that you like to have near you when you rest. Maybe you like to have a favorite blanket. Maybe you have a favorite spot that you like to rest. But we really want this page to represent rest, because God has done all of that hard work in those 6 days. He created the whole world. And on day 7, he rested. So I want you to really think about resting and how you like to rest best, and things that make it cozy when you rest. Favorite blankets, favorite pillows, maybe a favorite stuffed animal. Maybe you like to rest with your puppy or your kitten. However you like to rest, that is what you want to put on this page. Now you could take a picture maybe of that place you like to rest. You could draw a picture of your bedroom. Maybe you like to rest in a tent in your yard. Maybe that's how you rest best. Draw that picture, or take that picture with a camera and print it off and glue it on here. Now I like to rest. I get the best, most restful sleep and rest in my bed. So I found a picture of a kiddo resting in his bed. And he looks really cozy. He looks cozy. He's got his favorite toy down below. So I thought that looks like a picture that he just looks cozy and restful. So I decided to use this picture to represent the last page, showing that God rested after all of that hard work and all of that creating that he did to create the whole world. So I'm going to glue this picture down on my very last page. Now this book I do not have. A lot of books that I make with my boys, we always put at the end the words, "the end." Now, I don't ever do that when I'm making this book with boys and girls, because is this the end? This isn't the end of this story. So it's the end of the book, but it's not the end of the story. So I don't ever put the end, because this is just the beginning of this particular story. But for the purpose of our book, this is the last page. All right, so let's go through. I've got all of my pages. I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this book together. Now, I've already punched holes in the pages, and I used cardstock to print this book out on, and the reason I used cardstock is because it's just a little bit more durable, and I can put heavier things on it, and it's going to hold them up. It's not gonna fall over or break or tear easily. So I used cardstock, and I'm going to use book rings. I've made this before with yarn, and I've also made it with twine. But I'm going to use book rings just because I have them, and I prefer them to when I'm making books. I prefer to use book rings because they're really easy to use, They don't really pull on the holes like a lot of things will. So I just prefer to use book rings, and you can order them from Amazon. Is usually where I order my book rings. You can get various sizes, but this is my favorite size. This is kind of just a middle size. You can get really huge ones, and you can get really small ones. If you get an assorted size, like that is for a really big book, and then you can get smaller books. But I like this size because it doesn't really pull on those holes, and it doesn't tear as easily as some things do. And you can also put the page reinforcers around your holes, your punched holes, and that'll help your book from coming apart as well. So now we've got that together, and let's read it. Let's read through our book. God created the world by you. So you are the illustrator of this book. Day 1. God created light, day and night. Day 2. God created the sky. Day 3. God created land and plants. Day 4. God created the sun, moon, and stars. Day 5. God created creatures of the sea and sky. Day 6. God created people and animals. Day 7. God rested. All right. So that is our book.